Okay, namaste to all of you. This is the second class basing on the probability. Few concepts I will give in this class. Already I given random experiment. Already the definition for the random experiment already given. Now after that I will explain now mutually exclusive mutually exclusive events. So what is the definition for the mutually exclusive events? For example, in the experiment means nothing but random experiment. In the random experiment, let e1 comma e2 are two events. E1 comma e2 are two events are said to be mutually exclusive if happening of one event, listen, happening of one event prevents the other. Happening of the one events prevents other means if this will happen then e2 does not happen. If e2 happen then in that case e1 not happen. With an example I will give. For example, here the random experiment I can take as rolling a die. Rolling a die. When I rolling a die, what is the sample space? Here the sample space S is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 5 6. When I rolling a die, this is the sample space. Now e1 event e1 I can take as the even number. Even number I can take as. Then what are the favorable case for this one? 2 4 6. Next event e2 I can take as the odd number. Odd number means what are the favorable cases? 1 3 5 I can take. Now when we rolling a die, outcome is either belongs to this event or this event but not both. That is the meaning for the exclusive events. In set theory concept, how I can explain? In the set theory concept, if e1 comma e2 are said to be mutually exclusive events if e1 intersection e2 is equals to 5 means there is no common region between e1 and e2. Definition is like this: happening of one event prevents the happening of the other. In the set theory concept I can say if e1 comma e2 are said to be mutually exclusive if e1 intersection e2 equals to 5 is the value. One more example I will give here. The experiment is same thing, rolling off a die, so automatically sample space is this one. For example, event e1 I can taken as the prime number. Okay, e2 event I can taken as the odd number. Next event e3 I can taken as the even number. If I take like this, then first of all e1 prime number means 2 comma 3 comma 5. These are the cases. Next odd number means 1 comma 3 comma 5. Even number means 2 comma 4 comma 6. When we rolling a die, these are the events I am taking. Now is e1 e2 mutually exclusive or not? So immediately e1 intersection e2 you can find out. What is e1 intersection e2? Here I am getting set of 3 comma 5, so which is not equal to 5, so they are not mutually exclusive events. What about e1 and e3? e1 e3 2 is the common value, so these two also not mutually exclusive. But if you consider e2 e3, these two are the mutually exclusive. So mutually exclusive means the outcome must belongs to only one of the event. If they belongs to one event, then in the same time it does not belongs to any other events. In this entire chapter, this terminology is very important. Next definition, mutually exhaustive events. So what is the meaning for the mutually exhaustive events? First, theoretical definition I will explain. Mutually exhaustive events means in the random experiment. Simply if I use experiment, but here it is random experiment. In the random experiment, the outcome in any trial, the outcome in any trial must belongs to at least one of the given event, at least one of the given events, one of the given events. Then we can say those events are mutually exhaustive events. Once again, in the random experiment, if e1 comma e2 comma so on en are n events, these n events are said to be exhaustive events. In order to say that like that, in the experiment the outcome must belongs to at least one of the given events, then we can say these events are exhaustive events. Now in set theory notation, how I can define these exhaustive events? If e1 comma e2 comma so on en are said to be exhaustive, are said to be exhaustive events, are said to be exhaustive if e1 union e2 union so on union en is equals to sample space. If I get sample space corresponding to that random experiment, then these events are said to be exhaustive. This is the basing on set theory definition exhaustive. As per terminology, like this we can say. Now few examples I will give, then only you can understand. Experiment again I can taken as the same thing, rolling a die. In the rolling a die, e1 getting even number I can take, next e2 I can take as the odd number. Then what is even number means? 2 comma 4 comma 6 favorable cases. Odd number means 1 comma 3 comma 5 is the value. If I union these two, e1 union e2, what I can get here? Sample spaces. So automatically these two events are said to be exhaustive events. So that too here, if you consider the experiment, what is the experiment here? Rolling a die. If you consider the experiment rolling a die, then the outcome must belongs to either e1 or e2. So automatically these two events are exhaustive. One more example I will give. Same experiment here. Okay, experiment is rolling of a die. Let the events you can taken as e1 prime number, e2 odd number, e3 even number. Like this you can take. Then tell me, is e1 e2 exhaustive or not? No, it is not an exhaustive. For example, if the outcome is 4, then 4 does not belongs to this event and this event. So e1 e2 are not exhaustive events. Next, tell me, is e1 e3 exhaustive or not? Okay, e1 means this one, e3 means this one. Is these two events are exhaustive or not? No. Here also, if the outcome is 1, 1 does not belongs to e1, 1 does not belongs to e3. So automatically these two also not exhaustive. Then tell me, e1 e2 e3, if they given these three events, is the three events are exhaustive or not? Cross check one time. Any outcome is there, any outcome is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So any outcome in the random experiment rolling a die must belongs to at least one of these three events. So automatically e1 e2 e3 by combining these three are exhaustive events. Okay, I hope that the concept is clear. Exclusive and exhaustive events. Next one, in the events category, for example, probability. Already regarding this probability value also I given already. Always probability of any event lie between 0 less than or equal to probability of any event less than or equal to 1. Okay, and here what is the general formula for probability? Probability formula is given by number of the favorable cases by the number of the total cases. Already this is the formula also we given number of times. Now here 0 and 1 is there. For example, probability is equals to 0 for any event. Then such a kind of event is known as the impossible event. Impossible event. This is the one more definition. So impossible event means the probability of that particular event is equals to 0. Such a kind of event is known as the impossible event. Similarly, here maximum value for probability 1 is there. For example, probability of any event is equals to 1. Such a kind of event is known as the sure event. Sure event, or one more name is certain event. Certain event. This is also one more important definition. So, probability of any event, if it is equal to 1, then such a kind of event is known as the sure event, or certain event is the value. Next definition, equiprobable events. Equiprobable events. Equiprobable events. Equally likely also. Even the same thing. Equiprobable events, or we can say equally likely events. In the name only its definition is there. Equiprobable events or equally likely events. For example, okay, here the equiprobable events are equally likely events. So definition, if E1 comma E2 comma so on En are n events corresponding to a random experiment are said to be equally likely, are said to be equally likely, or equiprobable, if they have same chance of happening. If they have same chance of happening. What is this meaning here? Okay, with one example I will explain, then you can understand easily. For example, the experiment is rolling a die. Rolling a die. When we rolling a die, for example, event E1 I can taken as the even number, event E2 I can taken as the odd number. Then even number, what are the favorable cases? 2, 4, 6. Odd number, the possible cases are 1, 3, 5. Then what is the probability of event E1? Probability means what is the formula? Total cases, denominator, favorable cases. How many favorable cases here? 2, 4, 6 means 3 cases out of 6 cases, so 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of E2 if you calculate, that is also 3 by 6, which is equals to 1 by 2. So these two events E1 comma E2 are the equally likely or equiprobable events. One more example I will give. For example, tossing a coin. If I take the example as tossing a coin. When I tossing a coin, what is the sample space will be? Head comma T. Now event E1 I can taken as the getting head. If I taken as the getting head. Next E2 event I can taken as the getting tail. If I take like this. Then what is the getting head chance will be? Head means only one possible favorable case is there, total 2 cases. Even getting tail also, how many favorable cases are there? Only one favorable case out of the 2 cases. So they have the same equi chances there. So automatically these are also known as the equiprobable events or equally likely events. Simply if they have same chance of happening, then we can call them as the equiprobable events or equally likely events. And one more thing here already given, impossible event. What is impossible event means? If any probability of one particular event corresponding to the random experiment is 0, then for such a kind of event is known as the impossible event. Sure event or certain event means if the probability value is equals to 1, then it is known as the sure event or certain event. Here one more example I will give. For example, drawing a card, drawing a card from well shuffled playing cards, well shuffled playing cards. If this is the random experiment, is this one, drawing a card from well shuffled playing cards. Now E1 event I can take as the getting red card, I can take. E2 getting the black colored card, I can take as E2. Next E3 I can take as the color card. E4 getting ace, getting ace card, okay, ace card, like this they given. Now tell me here, is E1, E2, E3, E4 are equally likely or not? In order to discuss the equal likely or equiprobable, immediately we have to find the probability of all these four events. So here already I given in a playing card, set of playing cards, total how many cards will be there? 52 cards will be there. E1, E1 means red card. What is the P of E1 chance? Total out of 52 cards, there are 26 red color cards will be there, 26 black color cards will be there. Here E1 event I can take as red color. So 26 by 52, which is equals to 1 by 2. Next P of E2. What is event E2? Getting black card. Getting black card also 26 by 52, which is equals to 1 by 2. Next P of E3. P of E3 means club card or calaver. In some books they will give club card, or in some books they will give directly calaver card. Both are same only. So how many club cards or calaver cards will be there? 13 cards will be there. So automatically here you can get 13 by 52, which is equals to 1 by 4. Next probability of E4. Probability of E4 means E4 is nothing but getting an ace card. How many ace cards will be there total? 4 ace cards will be there. So here 4 by 52, which is equals to 1 by 13 is the value. So if you observe here E1, E2, E3, E4, different probabilities they have. So automatically they are not equally likely. They are not equally likely. Okay. Next, while entering into this, okay, few Venn diagram concepts I will explain. For example, here if the two A and B, let this is E1 one event, let this is E2, then n of E1 union E2. What is the formula for this one? N of E1 plus n of E2 minus n of E1 intersection E2. Simple logic. Here n of E1 means total this value you will get it. N of E2 means number of values for this one. But this part, how many times you counted? In E1 one time you counted. When you are counting E2, one more time you are added this point, this region. So one time you have to subtract that region. That is the logic. For example, if they are disjoint like this, this is E1, this is E2, there is no joint part, then in this case what is the value? N of E1 union E2 equals to n of E1 plus n of E2 only. Since here E1 intersection E2 part is equals to 5, there is no common region. If there is no common region, automatically here n of E1 intersection E2 value becomes 0. So whenever if they are like this position, you can take the formula like this, and this is known as the E1 comma E2 or exclusive events. Exclusive events, exclusive events, or simply disjoint event, disjoint events. Whenever they are disjoint events, in that case the formula will be like this. We have to take n of E1 union E2 equals to n of E1 plus n of E2. Okay, remember this one also. Now I will give few examples, okay, which will boost up your total these definitions and everything. Okay, listen. Here it is the example they given as. The experiment is rolling a die. Let this is the experiment. Rolling a die. A is the event 1, 2, 3. B is the event 4, 5. C is the event getting 6. Then they are asking first bit A comma B are exclusive or not, mutually exclusive or not. That is the first bit. Second bit is A comma B are exhaustive events or not, exhaustive events or not. Okay, now here if you observe A comma B are exclusive, exclusive or not. If you observe, is there any common region between these two? If you observe here 1, 2, 3 and one more thing they given 4, 5. If you observe here, they are not exclusive, sorry, exclusive only. Since there is no common region, automatically they are exclusive. Is A comma B are exhaustive events? Exhaustive event means the outcome should be belongs to at least one of the given events. For example, when you rolling a die, immediately what is the sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. For example, if the outcome is 6, then 6 does not belongs to A and 6 does not belongs to B. So is AB exhaustive events? No. For this one also, no is the answer for this one. And for this one, is AB are exclusive? Yes, they are exclusive since there is no common region. Next, is A comma B comma C are equally likely? This is the next question. Are they are equally likely or not? So equal likely means immediately what we have to cross check? You have to calculate the probability of the events. What is the probability of event A? You will get here 3 possible cases are there. Na? So 3 by 6 which is equal to 1 by 2. Next, probability of B. What is the probability of B? 2 favorable cases are there. So 2 by 6 which is equal to 1 by 3. Probability of C is equals to only one case is there. So 1 by 6. So here if you observe, all these are not equal. So automatically they are not equally likely. They are not equally likely events. They are not equally likely events. Okay. Few more examples I will discuss now. One bit is given like this. Listen. When 2 dice are rolled, 2 dice are rolled. This is the random experiment. When 2 dice are rolled, find probability that find the probability of that getting same number on both the faces. Okay, find the probability of getting same number on both the faces. This is the value they given. So immediately here what is the experiment is here? Rolling of 2 dice. Okay, otherwise 2 dice are rolled. This is the random experiment. Immediately we have to write the sample space also. What is the sample space when we rolling 2 dice? Here the sample space is like this. A set of 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 like that, 1 comma 6. Similarly 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3 up to so on 2 comma 6. By continuing this process 6 comma 1, 6 comma 2, 6 comma 3 up to so on 6 comma 6 like this. So here if you observe total n of s means total number of points in sample space. How many? A simple logic. Let this is the first die, this is the second die. On the first die, how many chances are there? 6 outcome chances there. On the second die, how many chances there? Again 6. Total 36 outcomes you can get. So in the sample space, there are 36 outcomes are there. These are the total cases. You may consider as total cases. Now we will discuss the favorable cases. In any bit, in order to calculate the probability, same strategy. Favorable cases first we have to find. After finding the favorable cases, probability is equal to favorable case by total cases. Here we got already total case 36. What are the favorable case will be 2 dice same value. 2 dice shows the same value. So 1 comma 1, otherwise 2 comma 2, otherwise 3 comma 3, next 4 comma 4, next 5 comma 5, next 6 comma 6. So total n of favorable cases is equal to how many are there? 6 cases are there. Therefore, immediately probability of getting the same number on 2 dice is equal to 6 by 36, which is equal to 1 by 6 is the value. So this is the simple bit basing on the probability. One more example I will give. Here the example is same experiment, rolling of 2 dice. What is the probability? Here it is, they are asking. What is the probability? What is the probability that none of the dice shows 2. This is the bit they given. Okay, when we rolling 2 dice, here also same experiment, rolling of 2 dice, but here we have to find the probability that none of the dice shows 2. So event E I can taken as none of the dice shows 2. Now for this one, what are the favorable cases? First I can discuss the favorable cases. None of the dice shows the 2. Means what value? 1 1 I can take it on next value, 1 3, next 1 4, 1 5, like that 1 6 is the value. Next 2 1 I can't take it. Why? Because 2 is there. So immediately 3 comma 1, next 3 comma 3, like that 3 comma 6. Next again here it is with the 4 up to again 4 comma 6, with the 5 also again 5 comma 6 only, with 6 also again up to 6 comma 6. Otherwise directly use the permutations combinations logic. None of the die shows 2. That means these are the 2 displays. This is the first die display, this is the second die display. They are asking that none of the die shows 2. So none of the die shows 2 means here how many favorable cases will be there? 5. By leaving that 2, there are 5 cases. Here how many again? 5 cases. So total 5 into 5, 25. Like this also you can calculate. Otherwise this is the regular method. Therefore probability is equals to, these are the favorable cases. Favorable cases by total how many cases are there? Total outcomes 36. So 25 by. One more example I will explain here. If two numbers are selected, if two numbers are selected from 20 consecutive natural numbers. First bit, find the probability that the sum of them is even. This is one bit. Second bit, find the probability that the sum of the 2 digits is odd. This is the bit. Okay, listen all of you. So here two numbers are selected from 20 consecutive natural numbers. Then find the probability that the sum of the two numbers sum is even. This is one bit. Sum is odd. This is one more bit. Now first of all here n of s we can calculate. Sample space points we have to find. So let it be 20. They are given 20 consecutive natural numbers. So 20 consecutive natural numbers means, so out of these 10 even numbers will be there and 10 odd numbers will be there. We have to select how many numbers we have to select? 2 numbers out of 20. That is how many ways we can select? 20 C2. So this is nothing but n of s. So first of all, for any probability of an event, first we have to calculate the total number of cases. So here out of 20 we have to select 2 numbers, means again combinations concept only. 20 C2 ways you can select. Now first one, event E1. What is event even? Even sum. When you add those 2 numbers, you are getting even sum. How you will get the even sum? Here listen, out of 10 even numbers, if you select 2 even numbers, add them, you will get even sum only. Otherwise, you can select 2 odd numbers and add them. Sum of 2 odd numbers also even only. So, here favorable cases is equals to. What are the favorable cases will be? Favorable cases means maybe you select 2 even numbers or 2 odd numbers. So out of 10 even numbers, 2 numbers 10 C2. If you add them, you will get even sum only. Work is completed plus. Otherwise, maybe out of odd numbers also you can select 2 now. So 10 C2 means total 2 into 10 C2. Therefore, probability of even. What is here probability of even means getting even sum is equals to 2 into 10 C2 by 20 C2. If you simplify this value, 2 into 10 C2 value, 10 into 9 by 2 factorial, 20 C2 value, 20 into 19 by 2 factorial. These two get cancelled, then these two get cancelled. You will get 9 by 19 is the value. Now they are asking second bit. What is the odd sum? Here odd sum you can take in as the event E2. Therefore, probability of getting odd sum E2 is equals to. First of all, in this case also favorable cases. What are the favorable cases? When you will get the odd sum. In order to get the odd sum, compulsory one is even, one is odd. How many even digits are there? 10. So 10C1 into 10C1. Our aim is to select two numbers. Due to that reason, here between into I taken. But here 10C2. I selected two numbers already. So here I taken plus. So which is equals to 100 is the value. Then probability of E2 is equals to favorable cases 100 by 20 C2 means 20 into 19 by 2 means here you can write down. Then automatically here 10 times which is equals to 10 by 19. Or one more method is there. Probability of odd number sum is equal to 1 minus probability of even. Why? Because this is the probability of getting even sum. So 1 minus you can get 9 by 19 which is equals to 10 by 19. Like this also you can calculate. So these are the few simple examples basing on the probability. So in all these examples, what we are using for formula for probability? Always probability is equals to favorable cases by the total number of the cases. This is the formula only we are using. For the next class, better thing is one time you can revise the set theory concepts which are very useful to us. Okay, thank you.